Hi, my name is Vijay, and today we are going to learn another new topic in SQL Server, which is dynamic SQL. Now, the first thing is, why do we need it? It can solve many of our problems. Right now, when we write a query, we write set star this columns from this tables where this condition order by something, right? So we have to write down all these condition as a fixed text. We can't change it. We can maybe manipulate with if and else. If this, then use this 4 column. If else, then fetch 3 columns from the same table or run the same set of query. So now dynamic SQL gives us the freedom to format a query together and then execute it. So dynamic SQL solves a lot of problem, lot of complexity based on the input parameters, maybe in the procedure, maybe based on some decisions, maybe based on some factors. It produces a query. So suppose I'll say, okay, if it is 1, I want 1 column. If it is 2, I want 2 column. If it is I want where condition, if 1, then I want to do where condition by employee ID. If there is a 2, I want to add one more condition where is the department ID equal to 2, right? So my where conditions, my list of columns are varying, depends on the requirements. I don't know what customers want. So suppose we wanted to present a dynamic result, a dynamic output, then the dynamic SQL is the best options to go with. So let's see first with the theoretical part, how important it is. Okay. So we all know it's just in a matter of as a text. It's a text actually, which we are going to execute. So at the end, what is the SQL command? What we are writing, select, insert, and delete. It's nothing but in a text format, it's some 1 or 2 lines or 3 lines or whatever, So it's a text. Now suppose we actually store this text in a varchar variable and we try to concat them. So holding this SQL query as a text, select something, then from something, where something, order by something, and then appending, concatenating all this variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and producing one query. Okay, is it possible? Yes. How we are going to do with the practical? First, let's understand. So in dynamic SQL, variables are used to hold dynamic values that can change during the execution of the program. Variable can be used for a user ID to search, as I said just now. It can be a where condition, it can be anything. Okay. Using the concatenation process, we'll append all the variables and produce a SQL query. Okay. So placeholder is nothing but for, so that it can execute, keeping things ready. So we add it up, we execute it. Okay. Now, few advantages. Why we are, showing this, and you can also check out our blog for more detailed theory in case you wanted to give theoretical answer in your interviews. Okay. It will help you. So if you're interested, please make sure to visit our blog. And let's say one of the advantages is flexibility. We can call n number of columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, depends on our choice, our set of writing of code, right? It's our flexible, what condition we wanted to give, where by, what order by we wanted to set, in which way we want to sort it out, right? So it's flexible. Code reusability, we can reuse it. If the same parameter is passed, we know what query is being produced, right? So it's reusable. Okay. Reduce the repetitive coding, right? We don't need to write again and again, if else, if this, then execute this set of the query, else execute this set of the query. So we are writing the same query for the different condition in the multiple places, right? Why do we have to repeat it when dynamic SQL can solve that problem, right? Okay. It can improve the performance in some way, but it's not very good for the performance. But definitely, sometimes we don't need it so many columns. You have many where conditions, then it will improve your performance. There are some limitations also. Sometimes it's make it complex, for readability, for an end user, for an end developer, for another developer. When somebody writes and another developer is trying to understand the same code, it's sometimes tough. For security concern, suppose somebody passed a delete and drop things in between, some hacker or something, right? Then your dynamic SQL is going to execute anyway, right? So there can be a SQL hack, or there can be a SQL injection, that we have to be careful about it. Okay. So maintaining is not a much of the limitation, but yeah. Okay. Performance, as I said, when you deal with a large table, then SQL Server is not able to do a query plan better way if it is a dynamic SQL. If it is a predefined SQL, which is written inside the view procedures, then it's easy for the SQL Server to do a query plan in a better way. What is a query plan, which we are going to understand in next videos, but subscribe for more if you really want to interested in these kinds of videos and you like our videos, please do subscribe. Okay. So I have prepared a very good example for you. Okay, so let's quickly see that. So in here, what we have done, first we have created let me do a little bit. Yeah, first we have created a 4 variables SQL query, column list, where condition, order by column. It means in this our all query will go when we concate. Column list means what are the columns we need, what are the columns we wanted to see as output. Where condition means what is the where condition we need. Order by means what are the columns we want this result to get, ascending or descending, Okay, so we have 4. Okay, now I'm going to set some hard code values, but these values also can be set by programmatically based on the input parameters. We can choose how many columns. Okay, right now I'm just giving 3. Now here there is something to learn in the second variable, which is my where condition. So in dynamic SQL, we put a string inside a varchar variable and we say, okay, execute that. But SQL Server identify any string with a single quote. Suppose our condition, which we generally write in a where class, we give a value, right? ID equal to this, city equal to single quote, and some value. So we wanted to give a value in a comparison inside the where condition. Now SQL Server get confused with a single quote. Is it the string is ending here or starting here? So it get confused and it will give error. If you just simply keep with a single quote. So to avoid the single quote or to enable the single quote in your where condition, you can simply say, so whatever condition city equal to, you can put one more extra. It means it will suppress your, it will not understand, okay, this is the end of your statement. It will ignore this. Then again, it will ignore this. Then this is the single quote for starting and this is for ending. So to suppress one single quote, we have to put one more before that. So I hope you got it. So that it accept inside the string, it accept as a single quote. Okay, perfect. Now, right now in order by columns, I'm just giving ID. Okay. Now in SQL query, now here's the part where I was referring that we are going to put different select, where, from, order by, and we want to combine into one. So this is our variable where we combine all the variables into one. Okay. So SQL query select, because we know we are going to select list of columns. So this is a simple syntax. This remains the same. It doesn't matter how many columns are coming from the top. It doesn't matter, but select will remain the same. After that, from, our table is also fixed. Sometimes table might change, but right now it's fixed. We know which table we are pointing because if the columns are coming, we know which table it belongs to. So I have noted down, put it down as a hard code value from employee 55. Okay. So where we also know if you want to have a where condition, we need to use where keyword. Okay. So where there is a space, right? So after everything, I'm giving a space so that when we concate, we have a proper syntax, proper query, not very clumsy. Okay. Okay. So now where condition, then plus, and then order by. Okay. So there's an unnecessary plus here. Okay. Order by. Okay. And because we know order by, before do a order by, we need to use order by syntax. Okay. Class basically. So here the list of order by clause, which is nothing but our ID. So it becomes a complete SQL query, right? So we have divided this into 3 parts, into three variables, concatenating 3 variables into one and executing it. How? First, we can print it. What it producing? Okay, we have divided select, where, order by, but if we combine what it producing, how do we can check it? So before you execute, you can simply check it. If you run, it will produce you, it will give you a SQL query, which you can copy and run it, which you can copy and run in a different window, saying that, okay, is it correct? Is it not giving error? Is it giving error? How can I fix it? Where I can remove comma or something, right? You see, there is a single quotes, you see? This is what I was talking. Sometimes we want single quotes within the text, then we have to put one more. Okay. So I hope this SQL query is very clear. Okay. And now we can run it together. Here you go. Okay. Yeah. Before that, I should have shown you our table, which I will just put it here. This is our 55 table, which is in ID, name, gender, and these are the 4 rows, right? Okay. So I'll put this into that query in case you wanted to do the same from our reading our blog. Okay. So I'll do that here and I'll save this. So you can download this file also to do this practice. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching and keep watching these SQL videos if you are interested to learn SQL. Thank you so much.